Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. We're back with one of everything Wednesdays, and we're at a new store, but not a new store. We've done this store before. We've got Dungeon Comics, located in Burlington, Ontario. I've been here once before, back when I first started up the series. Dungeon Comics was a great little shop, and when I went back this time, did not disappoint again. They had a plethora of product, lots of sealed stuff on the shelves, lots of stuff in the cases, and the shop was packed with people playing Magic, so that was awesome. Good to see. It was great to see all those folks out there. Logan wasn't there when I went in this time. I met Logan the first time I was there. Big shout outs to him. He's a solid stand-up dude. I hope he's doing well. The workers there told me that he was doing well, so that's good to hear. Anyway, let's get right into it. They had 19 packs available of things that were open. Of course, they had Theros Collector's Packs. They had Theros Beyond Death. They had Throne of Eldraine. They had Core Set 2019, Modern Horizons, War of the Spark, Ravnica Allegiance, Ultimate Masters, Ravnica Guilds of Ravnica, I should say, Core 2019, Dominaria, Masters 25, Ixalan, Iconic Masters, Ixalan, I should say Rivals of Ixalan and then Ixalan, Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet, Kaladesh, and Fate Reforged. So lots of packs, lots of selection. If you're looking to do some sort of chaos or something like that, good place to go, good place to check out. We're going to do sort of a weird little situation here. I have some issues coming up on weekends in the next few weeks, so I won't be able to go out to shops too far afield, and I'm not sure if I'm going to even have time to get out to shops, so I'm going to cut this one into three. I try not to do this, but I'm going to cut this one into three. We're going to do 6, 7, and 6. Normally I try to do 10 packs per video if available. If that was the case, I would get this done in 2 weeks. The only reason I'm not doing that is just because of time frame on my side due to some other personal commitments. I apologize everyone in advance. I hope you're okay with this. If you're not, there's not much I can do about it, because my hands are tied. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what we're going to be opening today, and then we'll do 7 next week, and then we'll do 6 the week after. So let's see what Dungeon Comics has for us. Of course, we start, if you're new here, welcome. Everything from this series that I open up that's over $1 or more goes into my patron pile. The patron pile is a pile of cards that I put together that every patron at one of my Magic tiers or higher get one card from the pile every month, included with the rest of their stuff. So that is essentially like, in addition to the rewards you get for each of the tiers, you're getting a pull from the pile of cards that I've collected from here. So you could get something, and everything's over $1 because I only put in the cards that are $1 or more into that pile. So basically, you should be getting something of interest or value, or at least something that is playable, right? Is sort of the idea. So Theros Beyond Death Collector's Pack. Not a lot of people super excited about these ones. I think stores are having a hard time unloading these because I think Wizards really, like, just to put it in a nice way, they didn't do so well with this product compared to the Throne of Eldraine Collector's Pack, and we'll see if we see why in a moment here. We got Plummet in the foil slot. We've got Sleep of the Dead in the foil slot. We've got Omen of the Dead. We've got a Mountain. There it is. This is one of the reasons that these packs are not so hot. Not the only reason. It's just one of them. So this right here, the Throne of Eldraine packs didn't have basic lands like this in the foil slot. Or at least if they did, they were very rare. Every single pack of Theros Beyond Death that I've opened so far, collector's packs, have had at least one basic land foil, if not 2. So let's see if we open a second one. We've got Transcendent Envoy or Envoy. Okay, a foil Whirlwind Denial is a pretty nice one. That's going to end up in the patron pile for sure, because it is over $1 on not foil. So, and I mean, like, I'll check all these after. Normally, I like to put a little thing up in the bottom right corner for prices. I'm actually thinking I'm going to move away from that. I'm just going to scan everything after the fact, and we'll do it. You know, I'll add the stuff to the pile that needs to be added, and so on and so forth. One with the Stars. And then we've got Destiny Spinner. So those are all of our foils, our common and uncommon foils. Okay, and you'll notice that in that pile, we didn't get any of like the storyboarder or like exclusive art, that Throne of Eldraine had. Whereas in those foil slots, you could have got commons and uncommons in the storyboarder art, right? So there's another tick down. Now, tick up for Theros, you get 2 guaranteed foil Theros lands here. We get a mountain and a forest. Both very nice. Okay, so then we got an Ashiok in the auxiliary slot, or the ancillary slot. I wanted to call it like auxiliary, and then I went, no, it's ancillary, and then I combined the two words into auxiliary slot, or whatever the heck I said the first time. I don't even know. Anyway, Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. This is the Ashiok from the Planeswalker deck, right? It's not the Ashiok from the main set. It's the Ashiok from the Planeswalker deck. So it's cost 6 instead of 5, and it doesn't do the same stuff. +2, draw a card. Each player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. -5, put target creature card from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. -11, gain control of all creature target opponent controls. Right? Interesting. But the other thing too to note about this is that this is only comes in foil in the Planeswalker deck. You can't get it non-foil in the Planeswalker deck. So this is non-foil, which means now, does that make this higher rarity or like more sought after? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, all right. I mean, this is a good one to hit if you're going to hit something in the rare slot. Dream Trawler is seeing a lot of play right now, and people are complaining about it a lot. But there it is. 3/5 flying lifelink for 6, 2 white, blue. And whenever you draw a card, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And whenever it attacks, you draw a card. So it's essentially a 5/5 lifelinker every turn, provided you're swinging with it. Which, why wouldn't you be swinging with it, since it draws you a card when you attack and gains you 5 life? Not only that, but you can give it hexproof by discarding a card. And it essentially draws you a card so that you can give it hexproof. So, Anyway, this is our extended rare. Now you get into the foil rare slot. And so our foil rare is Underworld Breach. So like this pack was pretty good for us. Foil Underworld Breach is probably very, very good as well. We're going to add that to the patron pile. So we've already got probably 6 cards here that we're adding to the patron pile, which is nice. Great from one pack, right? And then okay. So then this is the slot where you can get essentially these are the constellation or like the sagas. That's what comes in here. Now, the constellations that you get in these are either uncommon or mythic, and that's it, right? And then the sagas are either uncommon or rare, right? So we got Elspeth Conquers Death, which is also seeing play, so it's over $1 for sure, so that's going to end up in the pile. And then you get a foil constellation or saga. So what do we get? See, we got a foil Caliphie, Beloved of the Sea. So like it looks really cool, but it's not worth anything, right? And then you've got a foil human soldier with a foil goat on the back, which is kind of cool. But the point is that in the collector's packs for Throne versus the collector's packs for Theros, Throne definitely had the better layout of cards, and the auxiliary slot had the brawl decks that you could get cards from, as well as the planeswalker decks, as well as the theme boosters. This time it only has the theme boosters and the planeswalker decks, and that's it, right? So I think the Throne ones are better. You can definitely still hit decent packs of Theros, absolutely, and you can still hit junk packs of Throne, right? Like neither one is going to be better in a sense of value. I just think that the ones that were done for Throne were done in a better, more like collectible way, right? As opposed to the Theros ones. The Theros ones don't seem like they have anything fancy in them that's collectible except for the extended art rares. That's literally it, right? Like everything else that you can get from these packs can come in the booster draft packs. Whereas Throne, it wasn't that case, right? Anyway, Helion's Pilgrim. Okay, we're not even gonna go through the commons, right? Because the commons in Theros aren't worth anything. Uncommons. We've got Elspeth's Nightmare. Nice little uncommon. We got a Daxos in Constellation art. So I know it's not worth over $1, but I'm gonna put it over here because maybe we can find some combination of things where I put like a bunch of like foil constellation or constellation gods together or something to make a little gift pack in the patron pile or something. Escape Velocity and our rare, a Nessian Boar. I don't think Nessian Boar is going to see much there in the way of dollar value for the patron pile or anything like that, but that's our rare from that pack. Throne of Eldraine. I'm sorry, we rambled a lot about Theros Collector's Pack because, you know, I think it needs to be talked about, personally. Like, I think that people need to understand why the Theros packs are still sitting on shelves in the stores and stuff. Or maybe they don't need to be told because that's why they are sitting still. Anyway, Bognati, Kenrith Transformation. I'm going to go off on a friggin' tangent again here. Did we miss an uncommon? We missed an uncommon. So there's a Witch's Vengeance as our rare. Did we miss an uncommon? We must have. What did we miss? Oh, there we go. Skull Knocker Ogre. Skull Knocker Ogre. And that means that we have a foil then, because that's what it feels like. We have Witch's Vengeance and then a foil Hushbringer. All right, that's a pretty sweet hit. We'll take that. Hushbringer's a great card. Hushbringer's very, very nice, and that'll go in the patron pile for sure. So, like, we only opened 6 packs this week for the patrons, but I think we're adding a fair amount of stuff to the pile just from these 6 packs, so I'm totally cool with this. This has worked out better than I could have hoped, to be honest. Eternal Isolation. This is Core Set 2020 that we're opening now. Chandra's Spitfire. Spectral Sailor sees a lot of play still. And then we got a Mystic Forge. I don't think the Spectral Sailor is over $1. If it is, I will make sure that it gets into the pile, but I don't believe it is. Okay, Modern Horizons is next. Now this is the other interesting one where it's like the it's backwards because it's the Japanese layout, right? So you've got, of course, your token on the front, right? There's your token, foil angel token. Then you've got your art card. That's a Neil's Ham art card, I believe, right? Yeah, Neil's Ham. There it is. And then you've got your full art snow-covered land. There it is. Then you've got your rare. So that should be our rare. And then these should be our 3 uncommons, right? And then if you flip this and you have an uncommon there, that means you have a foil. So, like, when we flipped these over, those 3 uncommons, this is actually the rare. And this is an uncommon. And this is a foil. Right? So then you can go through. It's such a weird way of doing it, but that's just how it is. We got Rumination Rioter. We got Ice Hide Golem, Firebolt, and Kaya's Guile as our rare. There you go. Little instant speed removal thing, I think. It's like, yeah. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or exile all cards in each opponent's graveyard or create a 1/1 white and black creature spirit token with flying. Or gain 4 life. But you can also entwine it for 6. So if you pay 6, you get to choose all of them. So if you pay 3, you only get to pick 2. But if you pay 6, you get to pick all 4. And then our foil is a Fountain of Ichor. There you go. War of the Spark. Last but not least. Last but not least for this week. War of the Spurk. War of the Spurk. We've got Chandra's Triumph. Liliana's Triumph. Do we have an uncommon walker? We do, but it's a Narset, so we'll take it. Narset's a good one to hit. That's the walker that everybody is playing right now, still. And our rare is Single Combat, which is an interesting card. This is an interesting card, but I think I have a story that I've talked about in a previous video where my opponent killed themselves by playing this card. So it's each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacrifices the rest. Players can't cast creature or planeswalker spells until the end of your next turn. Except that they were dead on board to me keeping 1 creature and the planeswalker I had, and they got to keep a creature and a planeswalker, but their creature couldn't block my creature that I had, and they were dead. So they like played it, and I like was like, okay, I sack this and this and this and this, and I keep this one and that one, and they were like, and I was like, you still die? Or no, it's creature or planeswalker, right? Yeah, it's creature or planeswalker, and they were trying to like game it so that I would try to keep my planeswalkers. I think I had a rare or mythic planeswalker on the table, and I was like, well, I'll just sack it because you're dead to this thing, this creature that I have. And I don't think it's what they were expecting me to do, but it's what I did, and they were like, oh, and then I killed them. And I was like, okay. Single Combat seems like all right, but not amazing. We hit some pretty sweet stuff this week. Holy moly. I mean, of course, when you open up a collector's pack, you're going to hit a bunch of things that you get to add to things, which is nice. Anyway, Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers. This has been a One of Everything Wednesdays with Dungeon Comics, located in Burlington, Ontario. Make sure you check out the link below in the description for their store. You can check them out. If you're in and around the area, I definitely suggest you go by and say hi to Logan if he's there. If not, have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll be back next Wednesday with 7 more packs. Hope you all be there. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.